Hi everyone, I'm going to check that we're live because I don't trust technology. Vicky and I were having a chat about technology before I came on. Hold on. Yes, we're live. So welcome everyone. And tonight I am so excited to be interviewing Vicky from Soul Embodiment. We had a bit of a chat before we came on, and I'm so excited to finally get to speak to Vicky because we've been messaging each other, haven't we?
Yeah.
So, I don't think you even live that far away from me. So.
No, only just down here at Acton Park.
Yeah, exactly. And I just haven't been able to get ourselves together. And yeah, really excited.
I think I've had maybe 4 of your meetups that I've meant to go to, and I haven't been able to go to it the last time.
You're coming next time, though. I saw that you were coming next time, so maybe this time we'll meet in person.
Be there this time.
I can see Adam. Hi, Adam. So I'm so excited because I was stalking you a little bit. Tell us a little bit more about Soul Embodiment.
Okay, so Soul Embodiment came as a result of 30 years in the transformational industry. So my background is a midwife and a independent home birth midwife, and then I specialised in fertility, natural fertility for like 20 years. And Soul Embodiment is basically about, you are a soul, a spirit, a light being, whatever you want to call it, energetic being having a human experience. And I had continued I was very busy. I had very busy practice, and I was seeing many, many, many clients. And I wasn't doing too great myself. I was also wasn't in the most joyful of spaces in my own life. And I didn't realize how much I wasn't in my own body until I met the master of the work, who was actually Herman Muller, who created psychosomatics from the Psychosomatic Therapy College. And he was the first person in 2006 to actually show me who I was, what my skill set is, what my body is saying. And he brought me home to my body for the very first time in my life. And that changed my life forever. And so from that, I continued to work with those principles. And then in 2011, I became a teacher of psychosomatics. And then from that, I developed with Karen, my partner, we developed Soul Embodiment, which is also a very fast, very efficient technique to remove any blockages, any things that's sitting in the field and sitting in the energy field. So it's basically about relationships. To be able to relate to somebody else, we need to be able to see them, understand them, and get who they are. And most people don't actually see their partners. They don't see the people because they haven't been taught how to read other people. And it's all in your body. It's written in your face. It's written in your body. It's in your body language. It's in the issues are in the tissues. So whereas I've done lots and lots of work around mindfulness training and mindset training, no one had actually ever really truly taken me to my body, even though I've got many, many modalities in body modalities. But when I finally understood what the issues in the tissues were, which was stored in my body, I had created myself to the point where I had irritable bowel syndrome. I was very, very sick. And once I understood how I had created that and understood how I had put that into my body, I was then able to undo the damage. And now I'm 20 years on, completely healthy, well, and in a totally different space. And now I get to help other people see who they truly are. By their skill set that they've created through their own body.
So, I mean, absolutely. Am I coming back?
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting it echo. But like the whole idea of the mind and body connection, like I feel like we're just, realizing that now. So you've been doing it for a long time. Yes. Do you find now people are becoming more aware of this this link to chronic illness? Because chronic illness seems to be really prevalent at the moment, or it's grown, or maybe we know more about it. So yeah, what's your take on that? Because you've done this for a long time.
My experience, having been in the transformational industry for 30 years, and one of the things as a midwife is we get to hold space, especially in a home birth process. So you get to trust the body. You get to become incredibly intuitive, incredibly connected to both mother and baby. And I became quite a baby whisperer. And so I was able to be there and help a woman birth her baby in an amazing space without coming to the mind or the idea of what other people have put there. It was literally working with what the body was telling me. So I already had that deep understanding at that level. So then I've been able to now bring that into a place where I can now help people understand that every ounce of your reality you're creating. So every ounce of your wellness, your health, you're creating your body 24/7. So if you have a dis-ease or a situation going on in your body, then there's somewhere within you that's creating that. And if we can unlock that key, unlock that code, and it's quite easy when we go, because we use a process, we actually ask the body to tell us. And we're not looking, it's a bit like what I say to people, instead of going to Google, Google.com, GoogleGod.com. So we actually ask for the intuitive knowing of the body. It's the innate wisdom. The body never lies. It tells you what's going on. And the only reason that it really usually has an issue in the tissue is because it's trying to get you to bring attention to that tension and pay attention to it.
And I've gone off track a little bit, but what is generally the time frame that you see when someone starts to get that awareness and they start to unblock to them physically feeling better?
We can do it in an hour to an hour and a half session, and literally it's very, very fast, because we're in the new millennial now, which is the age of Aquarius. We're in this fast tracking. So the work that we do, we've been able to figure out how to do these things really quickly. We don't need to go away and process and spend days getting through things. Things can be deleted and removed. It's a bit like defragging the computer. We simply need to remove the old program and reprogram. And then when people come in for our soul embodiment sort of retreat, it's a 6-day retreat where they're living in, and they're learning the language of the body, they're learning how to read the body, they're learning how to face read, body read, but also in that they're learning what it is within themselves that they've actually locked up. And then we can help them see who they truly are and then let that go. And then they become a different person.
I've got some questions here. I've got a question from Melissa. Have you ever worked with anyone with fibromyalgia?
Yes. Very much so.
Same process. And do you just work with them on the retreats? Is that how it works?
No, we do one-on-one sessions here as well, and I do work with people all over the world on Zoom with the work that we do. I have many, many modalities that I've used, and I've been able to bring those modalities into a toolkit that's really fast. So, and then working with Karen, she's also a trans channel and she's also a body whisperer, or, so we're able to actually figure out if the person is ready and willing to want the change. You have to want it. You have to, because our manifestation is around the desire space. So it's also in our work we help people find their soul purpose discovery, the purpose behind the purpose. And that comes down to that deep level, which I know you understand, that deep level of you have to desire it first.
I get that. Like, I've got chronic pain, and I know it's, as much as I don't want it, I also hang on to it because it's a comfort, is what I know. And it's kind of like my armor. And I know, when I have challenges, the pain's there and it makes me strong. It sounds weird, but I do get that. But, with a lot of the chronic illness, you've got to be willing to let go of it in order to do.
Maybe become really good friends with it.
Perhaps, or to see it differently.
Become really good.
Does that answer your question, Melissa? If you've got any more question about that, please type it up, and we can see if Vicki can answer them. So let's talk a little bit more about your retreats, because I didn't realize you ran them every month.
So basically we have 6 days level 1, 6 days level 2. It's fully accredited training. It's one of the only types of training in Australia that's actually accepted by the National Training Authority. People come in and they live with us. We provide accommodation and food, and we have an amazing space of transformation that occurs in that 6 days that they're here. And we're able to go to the very core of helping them come home, truly come home to who they are at the very core of their being. And they're in a very beautiful, safe space. We have our lovely spa, so we've got the spa right next to 7 Mile Beach.
Gorgeous.
We've got lots and lots of animals because we also run a animal retreat space. So we've got our pet pigs and
that's
our dogs.
Right. I think my little girls came out to see you guys. So you've met my children, but I haven't met you.
Yeah.
Or maybe Karen has.
Yes, yes.
So you mentioned that there's level 1 and level 2. Are you saying people learn how to do this, or do they come to heal themselves?
Yes, it's a double certificate course, and they can become. They have the option of doing it for personal growth, or as a full therapy if that's what they want to. They can be set up. They go on to do like a logbook type of work for 6 months post course, and then become a therapist themselves. It is a standalone therapy as well.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool that you're not only just, changing people's lives by helping them get into their body and healing themselves, but you're actually, spreading that out there for other people to continue doing that all around the world.
Because the aim of the work is to understand the unlimited possibilities, and that you have the ability to create anything and everything, and you're in charge of your universe, and you get to create whatever it is. But often people don't understand what the skill set that they have here in their body, in their face, in their body, and they're on the wrong path because their mind has put them on that path. Yeah. But there's a different skill set that's written in their body.
And it's also like, it's also things that you've grown up with as well, expectation. I know for me, expectations from my parents, what is acceptable and what they wanted me to do. It's not necessarily, like you said, what I might want to do. So maybe it's also about unlocking all that as well.
I've had people leave a course and their whole world has changed so much that when they've got back to the office, the people that they were most challenged with have resigned and left, because they are no longer in that need of that.
There's a few people I know that might sign up. Be careful what I say here. So we mentioned about fibromyalgia before. What other obviously you work with people that from a whole spectrum of healthy to health issues. What other kind of challenges do you find that people have that come to see you?
Most of the people that come to us are people who've been on a spiritual path for some time. They're looking for a depth. They're looking for that piece of the jigsaw that they just haven't been able to gather. And mostly they're looking to find themselves. They're searching for that deep soul, peaceful connection inside. And that's what we're able to, because we're able to show them that it's there. It's there inside them. It's just go there. And we have the skills to be able to help them be able to go there on a daily basis and stay home and stay present no matter what is going on around them, and learn that it's only ever about what's right for you, and everything else will fall into place.
I find it so hard to have that certainty of intuition going, okay, that's, that's where I'm meant to be. Because you question yourself and you doubt yourself, and we get so influenced by everything that's around us.
And yet if I read you've got the most magnificent face, and your main skill set is emotion. You are incredibly emotional. You are highly, highly sensitive, and your biggest priority is your heart-centered emotional space. So you're quite empathic. I can see that just by looking at you, how much you pick up around the world and how sensitive you are, which makes you the amazing person that you are in business. So when you truly trust that, watch your world open, because your intuition happens in a second, and then the mind comes in with the yes, but. Oh, yeah, but.
Yeah. And because I have grown up, I'm Chinese, and I've grown up, you don't talk about emotions. My father is an academic. So, it's all the books and it's scientific. And what are emotions? You need to not, emotions are a waste of time. So like, do you find that when you're working with clients, the irony of what they're trying to unblock, it's almost like the lesson, isn't it? It's like the universe gives you that extra lesson to, this is the way the childhood that you've grown up in, and in fact is, you know, is ironic, is the other way around.
Well, one of the analogies that I use is that the mind is actually meant to be the personal assistant to the body.
Yeah, okay.
She's the GPS. She has the map. He's Durban down the road, put on the accelerator, and she's going, but hang on, I've got the GPS. Where are you going?
Yeah, so, that's right.
Eventually you're going to have to listen. Eventually you will listen.
Yeah. Wow. No, that's awesome. So, I mean, this retreat sounds amazing. I might have to sign up. So how can people find out more about how to work with you?
They can go to my website, soulembodiment.com.au. There's a free ebook there that explains a lot of the principles and has some really simple exercises there. They can also book a soul discovery free session with me, which is a 15-minute Zoom call where I can talk to them and chat to see if it's a fit for them. You know, they call me the divine ass kicker because that's became a bit of a joke, but it's like I'm gonna put you on your path. I'm gonna help you find what it is that you're really meant to be here, what it is that brings you joy and happiness, and help you get on that path. But it also is fantastic for profiling. If you're working with people, you know, like I've helped many businesses to actually employ people because most people employ the wrong person for the job.
I'm not laughing at all.
Because they haven't read them. They've got the tea lady in the HR position instead of the person that's actually like your face shape needs to be in the HR position. So,
well, you know, I don't know what HR would say about that. I'm being cheeky, but you know, you do meet someone and you do categorize them into different shapes, and so looks like somebody. You kind of, I mean, it's terrible because you know, I don't like to judge people, but then you think, oh yeah, they might be a little bit like that, you know. So I think we do this
understanding the skill set. There's a specific, so that's what we're teaching. It's in a really positive, beautiful way to help people understand this is the skill set you have. You have the skill set for this, not necessarily for that. So it's, and then I generally say, what are you doing with that skill set? Are you using it? And that's what's causing the conflict and the frustration in people's life, because they're not using their true blueprint, who they actually created themselves to be.
Well, it's true, because I remember growing up and the biggest question in life was, you know, what's the meaning of life? And it's really, the biggest question is, what's my purpose in life? I think, because once you work that out, then everything just falls into place, doesn't it?
We're human beings here to create.
Absolutely.
Here to create whatever it is that we desire at a deeper level, and to follow our mojo.
Yeah, I love it.
When people say to you, you know, I'm getting there, and I'm like, what? The magical mystery journey of there? Where is there?
Where is there?
It's simply the experience in the moment. It's all about presence right now, being here, moment right now, and enjoying it for all that it can give you in this moment.
Well, I'm loving talking to you. Like, you know, they really should be teaching this stuff at school. You know, being present, because we are like growing up in the 90s, 80s, 90s. It was all about like Gen X is all about the future planning, and we get just so, and I think it is a habit. We just look forward, goal setting, and we forget that actually, you know, like the stuff, you know, when I wrote my book, the best bit was actually writing the book. When I had the book in the hand was fantastic, but after that, the moment's gone. Like, it's the satisfaction is in the actual journey of it, and we don't highlight that enough, I don't think.
That's right. I have a lot of teachers who come and do this course, and it's fantastic when they are able to go back to school. And I also go to groups and I read children. I help parents understand their child, being able to read, because the way they
I'm moving in. You've got animals, you've got wisdom. I'm moving in. You've got food and a spa.
Love it to become a move in. Plenty of accommodation here.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Having fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's so important. Would you ever think of running children's retreats?
I have been talking to someone about running some teenage ones because I get a lot of what I call the new enlightened being children now, and so ahead of the 8 ball, and they're way ahead of their parents, and we need to help the parents understand them. And this is where
I'm getting goosebumps.
Sorry?
I'm getting goosebumps when you're
Yes.
talking about that.
It is one of my passions, is these, special children that are coming into the world who are so sensitive, especially the males. The males have got these really pointy little chins, and they're very soft and blue-eyed and very gentle beings. And the girls are coming in strong because the divine feminine energy is stepping up to bring back the balance now. And when we understand how to parent these children, it changes everything. It changes the whole relationships on every level.
I'm just reading these comments from Katrina because I think she's having her own private conversation with you.
I helped Katrina have her first baby. We have a
wow. Yeah, cool. Well, Katrina and I go way back too. I don't remember how or when or why. I don't remember. She'll have to remind me. Well, I am so grateful to have spoken to you today. What an amazing thing that you're doing. You know, I just love that. You know, you were way ahead of your time offering this as well before we even knew anything about it, you know. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm definitely going to have a chat to you, I think.
I think, I can certainly, add to your skill set immensely.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It's been wonderful. Thank you.
No, it's been a lot of fun. I'll bring my kids out and see the animals again.
You need to bring your gorgeous girl out, and you need to come down here and bring your animals so we can.
I should. My dog would probably be quite happy to meet some animals. He's I'm meant to be doing that. They gave me a list of everything that I have to socialize my dog with, and
well, Karen is a animal whisperer, so if you want assistance with helping how to actually train your animals, because it's not the old way. Now it's about understanding them and really integrating. It's a total different way of being. And so our animals are really, so our dogs are in the training space with us. They help us train.
Okay.
They open up hearts, they open up, they get them centered, and they actually give us messages too. And,
I love it.
Very beautiful beings, and
love it so much. All right, I'm coming out, and then I might move in. Sounds divine. Thank you so much again. I popped your website in one of the comments. I will make sure I check the spelling because I did that really quickly. So everyone go and download the ebook. I certainly will be having a good read of that. Thank you so much again, Vicki. Hopefully we'll actually get to catch up in person.
I'll see you on the 14th. I'm going to make sure
you want to be there.
Thanks, darling.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.